We feel very much alive in this country, and it's really a lot of people that make us feel part of this enormous population. I enjoy it.
We are a nation of 1.2 billion people. Officially, there is 22 languages in the Constitution of India. If you go by real practical purposes, there are 50 very distinct languages in India.
Got a big bucket list, and India's definitely on it. We did see the other side. We saw Cochin, Goa, and Mumbai, and promised ourselves we'd come back and see the rest of it.
I think we decided to come to India because we have, we've traveled to several other countries, and India was one of the countries on our list still to visit.
We spent many years in different countries, and India has fascinated us. First because of the culture, but there is another aspect. My son is married to the Indian girl, so it's part of our interest to know more about the country, and that was probably the first motivation for us. But also the culture, because we have many people that we know. My doctors, both of them are from India, so there was a desire to know better the country.
I was just reviewing the amount of UNESCO sites, which are always a great take, and it's hard to choose just one. Every day has been just sort of a wow, and the variation has been fabulous. I've really enjoyed that.
The north and the south are hugely different parts of the country. History of North India is very distinct from the history of South India. There is huge amount of opposites in this country, from the richest to the poorest, from the cleanest to the dirtiest, from the most extravagant to the simplest.
This has felt like an intense crash course, and I think a lot of the co-travelers that I've talked to, one thing in common is everyone seems to be lifelong avid learners.
We learned a lot about the history of the country through the various cities and places that we visited.
I felt like I've learned a lot about Indian people, the culture. Very complex, much more complex than I realized.
I learned so much. I thought I understood India, but I didn't. I really didn't.
Another thing which you can see is the fascinating way people live in India. It is almost like a living museum. There is hundreds of photo opportunities when you go anywhere in India, whether it is a historical site or wildlife or a religious place. There are huge diversities in all matter, in the way of people, in the climate, in the way people live. So you can have all kinds of destinations, you can plan what is it that you want to do and really enjoy a good time anywhere in India.
Yeah, I had read before, but nothing compares with the reality. We came, we saw, it opened our eyes, especially even when we visit China, the population did not strike us as much as India. This was an eye-opening experience for me.